So I think over the next few decades, the techniques won't change very much. Our ability to use those techniques will increase. We'll be able to increase more, collect more data, increase the amount of information. But what's going to have to change is our understanding of the data, our understanding of the hugely intense data streams that we get, our ability to put everything together into a big picture of what the plants are doing, and understanding what controls plant growth, what controls the components found in plants, the chemicals, the structures and other such things.
I think it is very difficult to predict because we have to expect the unexpected. I suspect that we're going to get much more increased predictability in the way in which we control plants. That will be the biggest thing, learning how to control them and getting what we want from them.
There's going to be three really key drivers in the future that's going to really put the pressure on plants. One's going to be a demand for energy, running out of energy resources. Another one is going to be food and food for health. And the third one's going to be protection of ecosystems and really remediating problem areas. So that's going to fundamentally drive where plant science is expected to deliver.
Plant science, I think, will become much more heavily reliant on bioinformatics, and that's the branch of plant science, if you like, that handles data sets, and we're getting larger and larger data sets.
There'll be a lot more technology used, no doubt about that, in our plant science activities. I think as I've seen a lot of changes in my lifetime as a scientist in terms of what we measure. There's always a requirement for industries to know more about what they're eating in terms of the chemistry. So there'll be a lot more chemical information coming out of the plant science programs, and they'll be more targeted to specific consumers.
One of the things that I think that is really going to challenge us in terms of plants for food over the next few decades is the global movement of pests and diseases. And we've just got an example right now with PSA being found in New Zealand, which is we basically have some plants that can't live with this disease. So in the future we're going to have to get much smarter at aspects of plant science that relate to pest and disease resistance to be able to continue to grow food crops with a wider range of pests and diseases.
Plants are a great opportunity for the world because they have photosynthesis and can harvest energy from the sun. So there's going to be a lot of emphasis on science working out how to drive the efficiency of photosynthesis harder and harder and to harvest better energy sources than we currently can. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the science, and we can't answer a lot of those questions at the moment.
Potentially looking at quite a lot of changes with climate change, maybe changes in pollution and potentially changes in the occurrence of pests and diseases. So plants will need to be more resilient, and we might need to have more specialised varieties to cope with these challenges.
We have to modify the plants so that they can survive. It's most unlikely that we can change the environment on a large scale. So we have to learn how to get plants that will respond to different temperatures, different amounts of rainfall and so on.
Well, probably to be able to grow in stress conditions. And that's not necessarily just for New Zealand, but from the worldwide perspective, to be able to grow under stress conditions. From the New Zealand's perspective, have some, as in the business speak, value proposition that makes it unique from other producers, growers of food.
Water use efficiency is going to be top of the charts for me. Then from there, humans will be competing for land area and use of that land area just to live on it. So we'll have to be able to generate greater yields with the same quality of fruit and vegetables and cereals, etc., the basics, as well as any plant extracts we might be using for, say, biofuels or pharmaceuticals from a smaller area.